welcome to my channel. I've got the amazing Machete Gilded Tarot on the table, and I am going to do a viewer's request. So I'm just going to read it out. My question is, will Prince Andrew's daughters ever be trusted to be a working royal? And then it goes on about the interreactions with, JE and how they're indifferent with their father and so forth. And Charles wanting Andrew to move into the gruesome twosome's old place in Frogmore Cottage. So, cards, yeah. I think this follows on very, very nicely from my previous reading about William's court. And even though it was a little bit sad, it's understandable. I think, yeah, why not? Let's include this question in a separate reading, because we are talking about the York sisters. Now, we can probably, not worry too much about Beatrice at the moment, because she's pregnant with her second child. So I don't think anything's going to happen at the moment. However, William's court's not going to happen anytime soon. So it's best to include both of the girls. When it comes to Eugenie, well, what can I say? Yeah, the association, and also just recently at Ascot or I think it's actually called over in UK. We actually have Ascot racing, spelled exactly the same way, and that's how we pronounce it. Of course, she was taking selfies with Misha no, or whatever her name is. Now, yeah, this is Markle's BFF, and she's also taken credit of introducing the gingerhead one to them. She goes back many years through the climbing through the ladders themselves. Soho House, absolutely 100%, and also with Darkers, and even on Markle's, which is all deleted or closed or whatever. There's a picture out there, and this is Darkers with Markle, putting her big foot forward, and Misha on the other side. And yeah, this is how much they go through. Absolutely, they go back a long time ago. So all of a sudden Fergie's all over her, taking selfies and whatever. So it just goes to show you how much that how close they still are with association. Right, allegedly entertainment purposes only. Yes, Sarah knows her as well, but she's only Misha's only got what she's got because of basically Soho House. No different than Markle, right? Allegedly. So on that note, when you also have a look at the complicated web loyalties, I'll put it up on the screen. You can have a little look on that. I think Eugenie's extremely conflicted. Extremely, if she's playing both sides of the fence. I think her past says a lot, and even with her father as well. I don't know. There was also a write-up shortly, I think it was only yesterday, that came through saying, about William's decision about getting rid of the gruesome twosome kids on the line of succession. That could also impact the Eugenie, which means, taking away HRH. Now, of course, Eugenie and Beatrice aren't working, so, that would be falling into the Danish side of things, despite the fact that the constitutions are different. Then they're not working. So, why, if the gruesome twosome kids don't have HRH, then why should, Eugenie and Beatrice? So, yeah. Let's just find out if either of the Yorks can be trusted, which is basically the question. The Empress, Ace of Wands, that's both reverse, Page of Wands, the Hangman, and the Nine of Wands. So let me just have a quick look with the birth dates. One would be a one. Beatrice can probably be trusted here. With her age group, she could also be heading towards the knight. However, yeah, hardcore. I think at her age group, she could probably still be a page. Although, yeah, I would say if there's going to be anyone that can be trusted, it could be Beatrice here, because you do actually have the page of wands. So I'm just going to stay with that. It looks like, but they're embattled here. I really can't see how that they're going to, either of them are going to actually be working roles, because it doesn't look like there's any action here. No new beginnings at the moment, no working, for the royal family. And here, of course, is our late queen as well. The Empress reverse as well, and that's reverse. So it doesn't look like, despite the fact, obviously, it's a granddaughter, granddaughters, it doesn't look like that, there's going to be anyone working. However, I think whoever's in charge with whoever's working, I mean, at this stage, I think that's obviously Charles. There's still some sort of battle here. I think that could even be referring to their father. I'll keep going. But yeah, it looks like they're just waiting around at the moment with the hangman upright. This is a transition coming through with the death, the emperor reverse, the sun reverse. So very, very dark times, especially when the emperor does move on to a better place, right? I can't see it happening. Even though the only person they could trust, it could be Beatrice. Just going to pull more cards. Well, they're definitely going to just, yeah. They're definitely going to not, Emperor. Okay, Emperor. Eugenie actually is an Aries. No, Eugenie's card is actually an Emperor card. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I think the way we look at the cards, especially with the Page of Wands, it could be either, I think, let me just have a quick look again. Yes, okay. So they could both be the Page of Wands, okay, but it looks like that you could only trust one of them, so we're still correct on Beatrice's side of things, but not Eugenie, okay, because of the association. It's dark times here because of the association, absolutely, with Dark Harry, literally. So the Emperor has come through, and this is how we can distinguish which the Page of Wands is actually, who it is. There's a Seven of Pentacles here. I think the seed has already been planted well and truly. I think, well, William's not silly. And I don't think Charles is going to do anything about it at all. There's the change happening here with the Wheel of Fortune, and it will also be afterwards. So this is, the transition time, the building of the court and everything like that. I think we're talking about more William. We're not talking about Charles, because even with the Emperor reverse, yeah, without going into any more of that, the Four of Cups, that's someone being very, very stubborn. I think Charles would like the York sisters to be involved, and I do know that they do some work for him, not for William, but for him. And Charles would absolutely like all the happy little families. I mean, that's classic Charles, isn't it? But because of the King of Pentacles now reverse coming through, the Star reverse coming through, so, and the Moon. Now, there's another classic example of probably Andrew being on the cusp. He could be either. He could be the Star, and or he could be the Moon. There's too much damage and too much betrayal on the York side of things for anything to happen, and we're throwing in Harry as well. So I'll pull it one more time. Now you've got the High Priestess, the World, the Three of Wands reverse, the World's reverse, the Knight of Wands reverse, and the Six of Wands. So this is your coronation here. So this, we're talking about William's court with the viewer's request. Can the York sisters be trusted? Only one, and it's not Eugenie, and it's definitely got nothing to do with Andrew as well. Andrew's going to fade further and further away into the distance. He can't be trusted. Charles would like this to happen. And Charles would like the happy families. Charles is very, very stubborn. He's not doing a thing about it. But now we're coming into the coronation here with the Six of the Wands. There's your traveller here. You know, just on every line, even going down into a deep dive. You've got the King of Pentacles come through. Harry's never going to be the kind of person that he should be, and what he would have been if he had stayed with the royal family. He's never going to be that. It's history. He's done. There's too much betrayal here. The brother is no different. Uncle Andy is no different at all, with the illusions, the gaslighting, the smoke screen. The betrayal is never ending. It's just going to go on and on and on and on. Doesn't matter what either have done. There's no deals. Yeah. And again, we've got the traveller. So the association with Harry is predominantly the reason why Eugenie won't be trusted and will never be trusted. There's too many secrets that they've got to protect. Well and truly, they've got to protect a lot of secrets. I think it is bad enough that we already know Andrew's history, and we already can see what's happening with Harry and what Harry is doing. And William he can't risk it. You simply can't risk it because it's going to be never ending. People don't let things go now. There's screenshots taken, there's social media. It's a different world. And, once you've got that betrayal, you've always got that betrayal, and it always comes around and literally bites you. And again, you've got like the player here as well. So, you just can't trust Harry on every line, Harry on the bottom line, Harry on the second bottom line, and even on the second bottom line, you've got Andrew come through as well. Up the top, the Page of Wands is Beatrice. That's the only positive that they may look at, but not Eugenie. Definitely not Eugenie. And so short and sweet and pretty obvious. And I'm glad because I'm sorry, once the trust is gone, how can you trust them again? And it doesn't matter whether it's betrayal to your own family or personal betrayal or infidelity or anything. Once the trust is gone, it's gone. And that's what's happened with Andrew. That's what happened with Harry. And it's also happened with Eugenie, allegedly, and time purposes only. So, on that note, thank you very much for that request. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.